at all. And she is quite a young actress. I think only 22 or so forth, but no, 23 now, I think. Yeah, 23. So having a look at her chart, she was born at about 5 o'clock. What was it? 5:50, and on the 3rd of May 2001. So she is a Gen Z. And from that, her chart, her pillars are for the year. A reminder that this is Taoist astrology and not Western astrology that I look at and I use. Okay, her year pillar is Yin Metal Snake. Her month is Yang Water Dragon. Her day is Yang Fire Tiger. And her hour is Yang Metal Tiger. Now, from this, I can see that she is a changing chart. She really, on her pillars, they don't actually combine with each other. Okay, so combinations will depend on what comes along, be it her luck cycle, the year, the month, or even the day, so forth. And so there's no set pattern to them. And for these people with these charts, I always say, and we always say, that the best profession for them would probably be an actor, because they change with their roles. They have to be adaptable in whatever role that they play. And she has gone into acting as per her chart, which actually does suit her chart. So, looking at her history, what she's done, being quite a young person, she hasn't had that much that's gone on in the history, as opposed to actors that have been doing it for decades. Now, from the period 2016 to 2019, I guess up until she was 18, she was involved in a lot of school musicals. I mean, from 2016, she played Belle in Beauty and the Beast, another Disney, and in 2017, the next year, she played Ariel, the Little Mermaid in the school musical, and 2018, Dorothy Brock in 42nd Street. And 2019, she played Princess Fiona in Shrek. So they are all musicals. And that was during her horse luck cycle. Okay? And with the horse luck cycle, the horse combined it with her tiger on her, I would say, her day, and that created fire. So there's a half fire combination. And so then she became dominant. Okay, then after that, in 2021, that was the ox year. And that was her film debut. She debuted in her first movie, West Side Story, and that was the ox year, 2021, and there she was in the Yin Wood luck cycle. And then 2022, Tiger year. That's when she filmed Snow White. Okay, the tiger, that was the same as her hour and her day. Okay, so it could have been a big break for her, and it would have been a big break for her because it's such a big production, and she was the star of it. And I know she's been in, what do you call it? Not Game of Thrones. What was the other one? Oh God, the one with Jennifer Lawrence. It just escaped me now. Hunger Games, yes, Hunger Games. But she was a minor character and a supporting character. But here in Snow White, she got to play the title character. Yeah, like I was saying, originally it was supposed to be released this year in the Dragon year in March. And however, it's been pushed back to March next year because of all these reshoots and redos. Very expensive as well once you have to redo anything. So her chart then next year would be snake, would be the same as her year pillar, snakes. So she then have be more of a fire, as opposed to this year, which is dragon, and so forth. Be water, I guess. Trying to get some power. I mean, she's playing the power game, but it failed because that wasn't really strong power to begin with. So having a look at that, yeah, she's lost lots of opportunities. She hasn't been cast in a movie since Snow White, so it looks like all the jobs have just disappeared for. There's been actually no more roles lined up for her. And actually, she did Paddington Bear, and she was supposed to, I guess, return for Paddington Bear 3, but she's not returning. I guess the producers of that, I don't think that was Disney. I'm not sure if that was Disney. I guess they saw the light and so not to cast her for anything. I guess once you've made a name for yourself being difficult or so forth, people don't want to use you, I guess, and also they don't want to risk her. Maybe she made another drama, but also the controversies that will follow her wherever she goes and whatever she would participate in at the moment. So her chart, it doesn't look like many. Would there be many roles for her? Would she be able to do a comeback, so to speak? Okay. It doesn't seem likely at the moment. Okay, when she got her start, she was actually in a fire combination. That's why she got successive roles. So she was locked into that. And looking at the luck cycle, she doesn't actually get another combination until possibly 2035, where she goes into the monkey luck cycle. And the monkey then would combine with the snake. So she'll get a combination there. And so, from the looks of it, even the next luck cycle, the goat doesn't combine with any. It doesn't look like she'll be able to lift off again until then. A long wait for her. I mean, I guess she'll be lying low from now to 1935, which is another 11 years. Unfortunate for her. Maybe in the years in between, I mean, there's always going to be years where they're going to have combinations with her. In particular, if she manages to, I guess, combine with, say, the rooster year or monkey year or a dog year. I mean, last year was okay for her. I mean, last year was a rabbit year. They say it provided more, and then it provided a wood combination for her last year. But her controversies really started this year. So, it doesn't seem to be anything. And after, I guess, after dragon this year, next year would be snake, be the same as her year pillar. Then after that, maybe she'll get the horse. Might come in 2026. Maybe she might do okay that year. Maybe get a role or some movies, but not really take off. Yeah, because you need more than 1 year to really get your career up and running, and that space would really be not until she enters the monkey luck cycle, which be in 2035. Because after 2026, I think 26 is the horse year, then you'll get goat, which doesn't combine. Then after goat, I guess she'll get monkey. She can probably get something there as well. So in 2027, monkey year, and also use rooster year 28. So she may do okay, get roles in 2027, 28, bits like that, but it's not really enough to push her up and have her take off, so to speak. So maybe she'll have to wait really until her 30s to take off again, when people have largely forgotten all the bad things she said in her youth and the entitlement mentality that people see her as having. So unfortunate for her, it doesn't seem too good for her in terms of her chart, her astrology chart wise. I I guess from here to then, she'll actually have to either do a 180 on her personality and be incredibly humble and so forth. Because I remember she did release an apology video and she was basically crying that video, saying, but because all the criticism and the flack she's gotten on social media and the hate messages she's been getting and criticizing her, she's not grateful. And being entitled because I think there was a writer strike in Hollywood and she had a placard and she was also striking. They interviewed her and she said, hey, if I'm going to be standing there for 18 hours in a Disney princess's costume, then I deserve to be paid for every hour that it's streamed. So from what she said, I'm paraphrasing, but from what people take from that is that she's very entitled and not grateful for the opportunities that she's been given. Because how many people are lucky enough to be cast in a Disney movie and playing a classic fairy tale, being part of a classic Grimm's Brothers fairy tale. You know, and that apology video saying explaining how she's got so many hate messages and some even death threats as well, and saying, but she is grateful for the opportunities she's been given and so forth. But if you're doing that, I mean, I don't know how many people would believe that she's sincere in her apology, given all the comments she said before. I mean, she may entirely be genuine and sincere in her apology, but we don't really know because we we can't see into her heart. And I guess I don't know if people will buy the apology as being genuine. And as for me, something so quickly like that, I'm not sure if I believe it as well. And well, it may be absolutely true, but we don't know. Okay, so, and a lesson to all of us is don't basically rubbish your job and your employer or what your employer's done before. Okay, because that just sets out bad vibes for you. I mean, if she's done, I guess now the roles for her have dried up. She's not being offered anymore. Well, not that I know of. In terms of there's no more roles lined up for her. Nothing we hear that's in the pipeline that she's going to be involved in, because I guess other producers, other houses are going to say, can we risk it? Would she then disparage our movie if we let her in? If we cast her, what's going to happen? And so she herself creates a lot of doubt. I mean, you can put it on to her as being young, inexperienced and immature in not understanding what she's been doing. But some people take that as her entire generation. She's a symptom of the entire generation. Z has been entitled and not wanting to work hard and not being grateful, and to her really just not reading the room. I'm surprised no one has tapped her on the shoulder early on or coached her and advised her things like this. And so that's what adults should be doing, and I guess parents should be doing. I don't know how her parents have taught her, if they even bother teaching her things like this in terms of surviving in the world and how you have to interact. And this is one thing I have a beef with regarding parents, is parents are not doing their job. It's not enough to just raise your child to be physically big, okay, and then send them off on their own devices. No, you have to train them. You have to teach them, because you've had the benefit of decades of life experience and all that you know. Why don't you pass that on to your child? It doesn't cost you anything. It's not like sending them to private schools where it costs you so much money. And parents do that because they want their child to get ahead. Well, you can allow your child to get ahead by just teaching them, passing on your wisdom and your experience to them, and it doesn't cost you anything. And they can still get ahead, and they'll be better equipped to deal with life. Okay, so that's my beef with parents on this, and I guess you can also blame her parents for not teaching her. So that's Rachel Zegler. And so, yeah, a bit of an immature girl that doesn't realize you've made missteps and put people offside, then it does have long-term consequences and repercussions, which she is experiencing now. Well, it's very much financial at the moment. Look, she's not going to be missing out on $3 million she could have been paid doing interviews regarding Snow White, which Disney cancelled because they just can't risk it. How people are going to receive her, and what comments she's going to be saying and things during interviews. So a big lesson for Rachel and for all the young people as well.